Welcome back to USL Live. This is going to be a week 3 preview. Eric and myself are going to be doing it again. We'll be talking about the schedule here. Let's just get right into it. We'll start Hellcats and Lowlife Thugs. I suppose I'll start on my side since it's your squad. Hellcats has had some interesting SBs already this week. Renal has had them going way north every battle, which is very interesting. And as far as starting lineups go, I'm assuming you guys are going to rotate some people in. Nos will be playing Tarkov. Yosh will offer to sit, something like that, right?
Pretty much. I mean, it all depends on obviously who's going to show. Nas might not even log in for it unless he can play like some random support class he might do. But it also depends on what Hellcats is going to go against us, whether it's eights or whether it's nines, tens, like they did with FUP week 1. So essentially everybody's going to get to play. So starting lineup is going to be the usual unless people just decide not to log in for it.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
Hellcats obviously Renal is going to lead. I assume that Killswitch will be in, Jokers, that dude, kind of that core group is going to stay in. You're going to have Kelvin more than likely, Baza, Jimbo. Lunar was us being with them this week so far. I haven't seen an FVI in their scrim, so maybe they only play him if we go more than eights.
Yeah, he played last week, even though he's like didn't play in the preseason at all. I don't see him on to SB at all, but they still play him. So I think if you guys go tens or something, they'll play him. And Trax has been SBing with him too, and I think he was in on Sunday, so I see him getting some play time as well.
Yep. I do from the 2 scrims that I play against them. I obviously you were NTing with us, so yeah, Reno had them going north every single fight, just about. And he really, I really am annoyed that this is the map this week, but not because of the Hellcats matchup, but because of the next one we have. Just it's Apollo's map. It's a good camping map, and
Fast.
yeah, I see Renal doing the same thing he was doing in scrims, using that tunnel wide left or wide right, depending on what side we get.
Yep.
To kind of disguise where he's going to go to.
That north tunnel that apparently has vision that nobody knew until yesterday.
Yep. So the other thing I don't like about this map is the solo angles for AT is not very convenient for me. It's pretty open. There's not much cover. So I really got to be on my game with the dashes to be able to get out of their focus fire because they're going to be balled up. I don't think they're really going to ambush too much. They all kind of keep their groups very close and ready to swing on the first people they see.
I would say one advantage of AT on this map is the vision so awful that you can't see, even in like on your screen in front of you sometimes, depending where you are on the map. So you might be able to wiggle out just because of the vision being poor.
That could hurt me too, though, right?
Also
Because I
true, yeah.
won't,
Run into a
I won't
wall.
be able to see them, right? I won't be able to see them right until they're on my screen.
I was playing AT with you guys last night, and I ran from H2 all the way down to G6 to avoid dying. So it can be done. You just have to hit everything perfectly and hope they miss them and just like wiggle around rocks. But yeah, I agree. AT is definitely not as good, but as a scout, it is. Because so you can see if they're going north or south, and if you do see them, you can get out. But yeah, I agree. It's not the best on this map, but versus Hellcats, it shouldn't matter. It's going to matter more in your second match, I believe. But in this match, I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. This map is easy to stat pad on. I would agree as well. If you guys get that north from them, I think it's, you could easily win by 110, 120. But they do take a long time to get out of base, and every once in a while they might go south. So you might be spending half the map just looking for them. In that case, you might only win, by 70 or 80 or something like that. It's not as easy as a Kaiser Pass stat pad.
Yeah, definitely not. I definitely see this match being roughly, let's just ballpark it 110, 115 to, I'll give them 20 because I'll probably definitely suicide for some kills.
Yep, Iso will be in the back. May not die at all.
No. He's gonna be pushing up and shooting me in the back to try and steal my kills, man.
Oh, that's probably true too. Yeah. I'm gonna predict Revenge is the MVP of this match. He's gonna go 16-1.
Isn't that what he won in the scrims?
Yeah,
One of
something
the
like
matches, something like that.
that.
So, all right, that's fair.
Don't think we need to spend any more time on that. It's no offense, probably a foregone conclusion there. So next map or next match is you guys versus FUP, Lowlife Thugs versus FUP.
Yeah.
I think this one matters way more. I think FUP has showed more than people expected. I mean, they just beat us out last week. There might be some strange circumstances, I'll say, on how they beat us, but I won't get into that too much. They have a solid lineup. They have the right people for this map too, as far as passive goes. The only thing I think it might piss off ER a little bit, but otherwise, you have Split who likes to play passive in camp. Kevin, same idea. Apollo, same idea. Bax likes to sit in the back of a choke and spam. You just basically have ER, and then if SV shows, are the only aggressive Marines on that squad. So this map really plays into the playstyle. Now, with that being said, I still think you guys win. But I think it's going to be tougher. At least the first 15 minutes is going to be a lot tougher than people expect. I think it's going to be a 1 or 2 battle game in the first 15 minutes, and then I think you guys open it up overall. You probably end up winning, about 30 to 40 somewhere in there, maybe 25 to 30 somewhere. I see them using the same lineup. I think Bax, Apollo, ER, Flash and Fresh as med, Kevin, Split SV. I think that's their ideal lineup. If SV doesn't show, you slide Union. And then for you guys, I'm assuming you're going to use the same lineup. Yosh, Champ as demo, hopefully. ESO, Fax and Iron as med. You, Sov, and then if Nos doesn't show, Pister. So Nos or Pister for that last spot. Does this sound about right to you?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Listen, I'm with Champion. Forget what Sov says. Make demo great. I want him to put up some kills with those RPGs because I was watching the video and he hit almost every RPG he shot against One Love last week. So hopefully Chris shows. Hopefully Nas will get off target. This one's kind of late for him though. This is an 11:45 match because all the other times were taken.
Mm-hmm.
So he may or may not be able to play. I will say that Pister showed up pretty big. He had one mistake last week, and that was falling into South mid with Fax against One Love, giving them that top angle to pinch our South team. But other than that, he was sitting there holding Jeff off, which was One Love's best Marine, in 1v1 situations, or just stopping him from pushing, rotating with me and Dave. So Pister played very well, and I expect him to play with a little more enthusiasm in this matchup, obviously because the squad's name is Fuck You Pister, and they ditched him. So with that being said, yeah, essentially same lineup for us. Not lineup. Side choice is going to be huge for us in this match. If we get left, we'll be able to break their camps much easier. Versus trying to break it on the left or break it from the right. I do agree with the lineup. I do think it's going to be Bax, Apollo, ER, Flash, Fresh Medics, K, Splitta. Now, because SV is West Coast, I think this is a good time for him to show, but I don't know if he will show against us. I don't know if he wants that headache or if he's actually going to stick it out and play. If not, I agree. Uni slides into that spot. I do think Raver will get frustrated. What I see these guys doing is kind of what I expected Dave to do, and he started to do it towards the middle of our match. Is he's going to hide numbers, but he's going to essentially Kevin, that is going to set up an ambush for me scouting. He's going to have not one, it's not just going to be me versus Raver. It's going to be me, Raver, and probably Splitta or maybe SV, somebody to help back that up and try and clip me up. So I got to, again, be more careful on this map and specifically this matchup.
Yeah, I saw SV SB a couple times on this, and he definitely holds that solo angle with ER, or they might have top of the ridge and then ER goes around top of ridge, or SV might go top of ridge. So yeah, I think you're right. I think you might see a lot of 2 versus 1s. I agree on the right versus left. A lot of people think it's easier to hold right because you can hold the far southeast, but that's kind of easy to break because there's 3 entry points to it. Whereas if you're on the left side holding, you can just kind of hold those south rocks, and I mean, people can come down tunnel, but it's rarely successful unless you can get a lost snipe on a med. So it's a lot harder to break left. So I agree with that. I could see you guys flanking, putting numbers over top. That's kind of the way to break that right camp. You send 3-4 over top, and then other people can hold the chokes a lot easier because it's such a skinny choke. Especially if Yosha's Nader or something, or Champ as demo can just hold that skinny very bottom choke by himself essentially. Just throw a demo and they have to back up. And then, so I think I guess we'll go right into the predictions of score here. I think you guys win this 55-28, somewhere in there. Like I said, I think the first 15 minutes you guys are going to be trading kills. You guys will be up a little bit, but I think it'll get, you'll have like maybe a 10-point lead 15 minutes in, and then they'll have to start pushing. And again, we've talked about this, when they push, they're not as good. So I think you guys kind of extend the lead at the end.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I think it's going to be roughly, I'd say 70s, 30s, somewhere in that range. With, again, first 10, 15, it's going to be feeling out and probably trading some kills back and forth. And then, like you said, once we get that lead, it's not going to be like the scrims where we just get bored and push into your fucking camps. You guys are going to have to push us. We don't care if it's going to be a low scoring game because of that. Then so be it. A win's a win.
Right. Yeah. No, and I think Sav and you and Yosh are very patient with that too. In actual league games, if they're not going to push, then they don't win. And there's no moral victories in league matches. There might be in SBs, but not in league matches.
Yep.
So let's move on to the next one here. I think it's us versus Hellcats. Yeah, let's do us versus Hellcats first, and then we'll end with another good one there. I'll let you start on us versus Deadweight versus Hellcats.
I mean, pretty much this is yet another game that's kind of going to come down to how many kills you guys can get based on how many they are going to play. I think that whatever they go against us, because their match this match is right after ours, essentially. They'll continue on with you guys. This is a good game to really get Fausto and Sabotage some more practice to really unrust. Hellcats, of course, is going to run the same lineup that they ran. You guys, depending on numbers, will more than likely just run yourself, Staley, CC Meds, Fausto, Sabotage, Ghost Bomber, maybe Havoc might get a sighting, TG, Ernie, and then whoever else once numbers are decided. I will say this. I was kind of disappointed in not necessarily how Fausto played, but definitely that first battle from last week against FUP, where he fell from Raver after barely taking any damage, allowing Raver to get past the team that was holding middle and essentially flanked Ghost Bomber in the rocks, breaking that open. I think he was. I don't think if Fausto's unrusted, he backs off that. I think he was just kind of playing a little hesitant and respecting that Raver's been more active than he has. I am curious as to why Ghost Bomber was put in over King. I speculated in the announcement or in the commentated, but care to enlighten me on that one?
Yeah, we were just worried that after the first 2 mortars went off, if we didn't get kills, we knew Kevin was going to play passive, so it's a lot harder to push with a nader. I was considering putting him before the game. I was considering putting him in at 15, just to kind of change up if we had the lead, so we could hold more chokes and hit more mortars. And I know he was more active than Ghost Bomber as well. I just thought I'd give Ghost Bomber a shot since I recruited him. I figured I'd try to start him in a game versus FUPs, kind of see what I have in him. And I think he played pretty well considering he doesn't really SB with us too much, but he'll be on a little bit more, be a little bit more active as well. But yeah, I just didn't like the idea of trying to push with a nader, because once those 2 mortars are out, It's like I would be more likely to play a Nader against you guys on EC than I would FUP just because of playstyle wise.
Right.
We can camp a Nader south as you guys push around, whereas K we had to push him. So it basically just that, and he understands. He's not upset or anything. So
Okay.
I explained to him like why, and he definitely understood everything. Actually, it was good to have him inspect too because he pointed out a lot of things after the game like that I should look for on the VOD that I saw. We took a bunch of bad medic deaths in that game. I think that's a difference, and we pushed when we were up, which we wouldn't do again. So, and maybe some camping by that could have been appeal worthy, but I didn't want to force a scrim on a Tuesday night, so that kind of didn't go anywhere. But as far as this match goes, yeah, I think we win by what we win by, 70 to 100, depending on where they go. Probably the same lineup. Jokers might pass out, so we might get to see a different lineup there. So who knows what the lineup's going to be, but yeah, I think this is a foregone conclusion too, unfortunately. And I mean, Hellcats tries. That's all you can ask. They have fun. That dude looks to SB every week, so that's all you can ask for. If you're getting beat like that, if you can still have fun, then that's all that really
Yeah.
matters.
I mean, absolutely. My definite concern for you guys though is the positioning of the medics against other squads. Obviously, FUP has good focus fire, as do the other us and like
Right. Everybody
One
else.
Love.
Mm-hmm.
So CC's got to dial back that aggression a little bit. I saw him take few bad deaths because he was busy shooting or just over pushing. And then the only bad death I saw from Staley was around T-shirt or upside down T-shirt, where he was
All by
just kind
himself.
of lost in space there. So I don't know if that was a lot of people saying, "Hey, come this way. Hey, push this way," and he was kind of just locked up, figuring out which group he needed to go to, or whatever the case may be. Because this is Hellcats, obviously, I see Ernie still playing AT,
Mm-hmm.
but
We
are you guys in discussion of possibly
yes.
making him switch?
Yes, well, especially with Ghost Bomber being more prevalent. Ghost Bomber's a pretty decent AT.
Hmm.
Also, Sabotage has played at a few scrims, and I think it'll help Sabotage a lot too because he's kind of getting in to positions he can't escape from right now just from rust. So if
Right.
he has an AT dash plus a little armor, I think it lets him survive. But yeah, we've talked about that needing a little bit more firepower with Ernie Marine. He does want to play AT, but we'll kind of figure it out. Like I said, we are playing Hellcats on KR, so he'll probably stick AT there. But if we're playing
Hmm.
like you guys or any other squad, we'd probably have a Marine on KR at least.
Right.
But the bombs in KS10 is kind of open too, so we'll figure that out as we go. But yeah, there's definitely talks between him and I on what he wants to do. I'm obviously going to leave it up to him
Yeah,
because he knows
absolutely. I
what's
mean,
best for him. But yeah,
he's definitely the best AT in terms of aim
hmm
and more than likely not positioning.
yeah.
So if he wants to play AT, definitely let him. But
hmm
again, until Fausto and Sabo kind of unrust, you guys need that firepower.
Agreed.
Also, this game is, like you said, probably like 70, 80 kill win. I'd say
mhm.
hundreds to 20s, 30s, somewhere around that range.
I just need to get positive on the season, so that's all I'm worried about. So yeah, let's go to the last one. We just got a few minutes left on this video here. So um FUP versus One Love. I guess I can start with this. I think they do the same lineup. This one again, SV is West Coast time. Starts at 8 his time, so he'd probably be able to make it. Same lineup, Bax, Apollo, ER, Flash Fresh, Kevin, split at SV, I think, and again, Uni for SV if they need that. And then One Love is a little bit interesting to me because I think the obvious choices are Colossal, Danny, Manu, Pandy, Stav, and Typhoon. But I think, Soul might show up, Kaga might show up, BB could play and lead, so, or help lead with Dave. So I don't really have their um lineup down pat, but it's going to
Mhm.
be, it kind of depends if Soul and Kaga show, which you can never tell with those two. So I know Kaga avoided you guys last week, so who knows
I
what's going
mean,
to happen with
it
that.
was just for Sov avoiding them last year or last season. So,
Oh, fair enough.
but I agree. I definitely see Colossal. Man, if everybody shows Colossal, Manu, Kaga, Pandy, Soul, Dave, Stav, and probably Danny, if I didn't say him already,
Yeah.
that's 8. If Soul doesn't show, Typhoon comes in. But I do see this being a little interesting because I know Soul does not have the patience for camping and he can be caught out because of that. So if he does play, I would be looking for FUP to focus him down because he will kind of get over aggressive. So that could be kind of a detriment, but at the same time, it's Soul. He could probably still take one down even if they're focusing him. So again, same lineup as you said for FUP and what we said for the previous prediction. So I see this one kind of being a little bit closer again because it's FUP. They're gonna be able to sneak away with some kills early on, and then it'll go away from them for a little bit, probably after the 15-minute mark, with One Love taking the lead, and then they'll have to push. But I see this one being closer than ours. I see this one going to One Love about 52 to 35.
Okay. I could see that too. Always the games always end up a little bit bigger spread than you think because of the final pushes, so people die 8-0 in a battle because they're trying to push that final push into a bad position. And I think that's probably what you're thinking with your spread as well.
Yep.
I'll go like 46 to 32, something like that. Somewhere in like a 2 battle range. I think One Love. I think it's, again, same with you guys. It's going to be even at the beginning. People feeling each other out, a little bit of camping here and there. And then once the game opens up, I think that One Love just has the better roster. So they'll open it up. And Dave, when you have Dave neutralizing ER, that's a win for One Love. I don't think Dave's a bad player, but ER is a better player.
That's fair.
They're both going to be AT. They're both going to be solo. So you're neutralizing FUP's best Marine with your 3rd or 4th or 5th best Marine. I think that's a win for One Love, and I think that's why they win this game.
That's fair. Let's try something a little different here. Who do you think the player of the week is going to be?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna say that's a good one. I'm gonna say I'm gonna lean Champ because I think he plays demo, and I think that's some bias because it's a fun class to play. But I think he does a lot better than if you guys let him play demo. If Slot the Tyrant allows it to play demo, I think he's a. Other than that, I think ER has a big week. Even in 2 losses, I think ER gets double-digit kills in both games.
Okay. I think my player of the week is going to be Nas. I mean, when he showed up versus you guys, he went as Ernie was saying in your guys' commentary, he went a quiet 15-1. And I think against FUP, he's going to pop off again. If not him, I agree. It's probably going to be Champion if he shows and plays because, yeah, it's demo, dude. It's got to be fun to watch.
Exactly. Yeah, and I could see Jeff having a big game too, so he's in consideration. But we got about 1 minute left. Any other comments or predictions for the week?
No, I think that's about it, man.
Yeah, that's about it for me. I don't think I had anything else. Looking through some things here. Yeah, no, I think we're good. And that'll conclude USL Live Week 3. Good luck out there.
Thanks, man. You too. Good luck, guys.